bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine Products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with ever-new E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
You know, I've never really had an office job. Ooh. Morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
Hello, bass fans. Welcome to the pregame show of the Wild West Bass Trail Arizona Team Championships here at beautiful Lake Roosevelt, Arizona. My name is Jimmy Savoini, Super Clean Pro, and I'm here with Jim Guggenauer out of the town of Payson, who is one of our local experts on basically all things Roosevelt. And what we're going to do for you guys in the next 30 minutes is kind of set the stage for this championship, give you a little bit of history on the lake, tell you what's going on out there, kind of tell you what to expect as our 42 teams come to the stage and weigh in their fish, and kind of lay out what's going to happen here in the next 3 days. So just off the bat, I'll tell you kind of what the format is. And today, Thursday, is day 1. Tomorrow, day 2. Now, during the first 2 days, we'll have all 42 teams out there fishing, and they'll be competing, bringing 7 fish to the stage, and the biggest weights will then, the top 10 will cut after tomorrow and go on to Championship Saturday up in the town of Payson during a fishing festival, right, Jim, that we're going to have. And the top 10 teams will then go up and weigh their fish to decide the winner on Saturday. So that's kind of how things are going to set up. And this is Jim Guggenauer, as I mentioned. Jim, welcome.
Well, thank you. Appreciate being here. Welcome all bass fans to the Wild West Bass Trail. Town of Payson is really excited to have these events. Roosevelt Lake is the best that it's been in many, many years. We talk a lot about the water level down here at Roosevelt Lake. We just passed the 70% full mark, and that 70% full is the highest it's been since 2011. So we've got a lot of new brush underwater. We got a lot of new areas to go fish, and it's really exciting time to be here at Roosevelt Lake.
Now, how I think that's gonna feed into kind of the playing field that we have out here, I really believe that this sets up as probably the most level playing field that we could probably get for our anglers. I mean, we've got some top anglers from all over the Southwest region, guys like Roy Hawk, Justin Kerr, Todd Herman, some of these guys that go, you know, Johnny Johnson, Matt Shura, and these guys can catch them basically anywhere. Well, with the water coming up 45 feet or so, you've got, you know, the desert has been flooded, and we've got brush down to about 45 feet or so that hasn't been in the water for a long time. And what that does, we're kind of in the tail end of the spawn here, the shad are up spawning, and it really has spread these fish out, and I think the predictability factor that may be seasonal, that you might be able to go out there and find fish in certain phases of the spawn and really get things predictable, is probably not as available as it has been because of that water coming up and it's kind of a new lake effect. You got a lot of fresh brush in there, and the fish are scattered. They're focused on the shad spawn, and I really believe that it's going to level the playing field. I was out there on the water for a couple hours today, and basically so how Roosevelt Lake lays out, it's about 25 miles long or so. You got the Tonneau Creek that comes in the north end, and then it's fed on the south end by the Salt River. So you've got, and Tonneau is a big, I mean, you could almost call it a river. It's big.
It is.
So you've got basically river to creek and everything in between with flooded brush, and these guys were just scattered everywhere. I went around, kind of looked around to see where everybody was fishing, and these 42 boats are from one end to the other. So that tells me that there's fish available just about everywhere, and we're really facing a level playing field out here over the next few days. Don't you think, Jim?
Exactly right, Jimmy. Boy, it's so good to get experts who understand the water conditions. A couple of weeks ago, we were telling all our local anglers that we have pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn. And as Jimmy said, it's kind of shifted a little bit. We're more spawn and post-spawn. So it's a very reactionary bite out there. There's a lot of shad in the water, but it's times that can work against you because they get finicky sometimes about the type of shad that they want. But there's a lot of bass that are garden shad. Every little bush that you pull up to, if you sit there long enough, you'll see a bunch of small shad or even fry that come out of that bush. So they're in there, and the bass are aggressive still. They always are in the post-spawn. And as Jimmy said, not only the Tonneau Creek and the Salt River, but because we're a mountain reservoir up here, when it rains hard, we get a lot of inputs in a lot of our streams. Rock Creek, Sally Mae Cove, Long Gulch, all of these bring large amounts of water and large areas to go spawn and feed for the bass.
I was actually in the back of Sally Mae, Jim, and there's still some water running in. You know, the salt's still delivering water in as well from the runoff on record snowfall that we haven't had in about 15 years. And so the lake's actually still coming up a couple inches a day, which is incredible in May for us. I mean, like Jim mentioned, we've been in a pretty good drought for the last 10 years. We'd get a 5 foot here, 6 foot there, but then it was always a net loss at the end of the year. The lake was coming down and had been for 10 straight years. So we actually got, you know, that water back into it. And how this plays in for our anglers is interesting. So, you know, because of all of these conditions that we have going on and the unpredictability of the fishery, I think then it really forces our anglers to make some decisions. And, you know, at times these guys can lock in on certain patterns, and they can, you know, you pick 2 or 3 rods up, reaction rods, say a topwater rod, and you can run the whole lake and fish it. Well, I really think that the winning team is going to have to piece together each stage of that spawn. This is my guess is going to be that our winners are going to be able to find a pattern that they can catch. The shad spawn is critical because you have to time it right. So you can go into the backs of these bays and you can see these shad, and they'll be like right now out there. It's kind of the middle of the day. You'll see them just kind of laying around. You'll see them in little groups, and they're not really doing anything, and they're not spawning right now per se, but usually early in the morning. But there'll be a certain time in the day that in the back of any one of these bays, the shad will actually go and spawn, and that's when the fish really get after it. So, you know, that's it. So what our winning team's going to have to do, in my opinion, they're going to have to figure out the shad spawn. They're going to have to be able to go and get in these areas where the shad are spawning and throw the baits that the fish will react to accordingly. They maybe have to find a couple of good ones that are still left on the beds, and then be able to catch 2 or 3 random fish just fishing with reaction baits. I think, and again, that's why we talk about so many factors involved at Roosevelt Lake over the next 3 days that our winning team's going to have to, we got quite a few pieces to this puzzle, I think, Jim, really.
I agree 100%. When you think about the mornings down here that are kind of cool and we have a lot of shadows, and as the day gets warmer, the temperatures heat up, the water temperature heats up, there's more sun in the lake, it forces the bass into a different area. So I think it's very accurate. There's going to be a different bite, and whoever can adapt to the changing conditions of the water and the weather, that's going to be the most successful team that we have out there this weekend.
And that's interesting. Good segue into the weather, too. You know, the temperature out there is probably in the mid to upper 90s right now. And what we've had here in central Arizona, obviously we've had a good winter. This is what I would call our first little touch, our first little taste of summer weather that's coming. So we're actually talking about temperatures that could get over 100 degrees tomorrow. The lake, for the most part, is dead flat calm. And we've got a pretty good high-pressure system that has set up across the region. So we're kind of getting our first taste of summer, which I found 72 to 77 degree water temperature, depending on where I was at. The back of Sallie Mae was about 77, so the water in the backs of the bays is starting to warm up. And that ought to help the fishing. It's a stabilization factor that I think we haven't had because we've had unpredictable weather. Not violent weather, but I mean, it was freezing up at my house 100 miles north of here just last week. It was 31 degrees when I walked out of the house, and now we're sitting here in 100-degree weather. So we're getting our first taste of summer. We're really going to transition into that summer pattern probably in the next 3 weeks. But in the meantime, we've got all these unpredictable things that we're dealing with. There's so much fresh green brush in the water that provides shade, provides forage, provides habitat for the fish to guard, fry, and spawn in. And there's literally hundreds of miles of it. So we got quite a neat playing field out there, which you're going to see play out over the next 3 days, I would say.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how the weather conditions affect the anglers. I'm sure when they come to the scales, they'll be talking about how things changed out there today. So if you're in the audience out there, listen for those comments, because this is very typical this time of year what we see on Roosevelt Lake.
So I want to touch on the shad spawn again just a little bit, because I think that's going to be the predominant factor that guys are going to be targeting. So what is a shad spawn, and how do shad spawn? Well, not traditional like bass. We know how they do. They pair up, they fan off a bed, and they spawn, they guard, and then they leave. The shad, they like to go through an area and move and swirl, and they shad as they go. They spawn as they go, as they go through an area. And these fish really target that, and they really actually key on that spawn when these shad are moving. We've all seen it at times. They'll be moving up and down through the bank, and you'll see them just running the bank. And so these fish will be really focused on the shad spawn. So what kind of lures can we use to find them with? The Alabama rig, or the umbrella rig, is a real key bait on this lake when the shad spawn. And everybody knows the 5-arm umbrella rig. In Arizona, we're only allowed to use 2 live hooks. And so guys will be throwing umbrella rigs during that shad spawn if they've got it figured out, and that will produce some really key bites for them. Swim jigs or swim baits, small swim baits that kind of match the hatch, is kind of important around the shad spawn. So you're going to see guys throwing swim baits. You're going to see them throwing certain topwater baits during those key times, and mainly reaction baits to get those real active fish to commit to, and they'll be active and they'll be eating those reaction baits, right, Jim?
Right. I think it's definitely going to be reaction bait. That's where we are. So we're going to go to a break here, and we'll be right back with the Wild West Bass Trail.
See you in a few, folks.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much close-sail foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
Hello, Bass fans. Welcome back to the pregame show, Wild West Bass Trail Arizona Team Championship 2017. I'm here with Jim Guggenauer. We're talking bass fishing, Wild West Bass Trail Tournament, and we're talking a little bit about Roosevelt Lake. And so we kind of set it up in the last segment, kind of what to expect from the fishermen, how things are going to go, and what we would look for out there as far as how the tournament's going to play out. Now, Jim and I want to tell you a little bit about some of the things going on with Roosevelt Lake and the changes that it's undergone in the last, probably 10 years or so, I'd say, Jim. And one of the biggest things that we've watched change this fishery, and I think it's happening nationwide. You see it up on the Colorado chain. You see it at Lake Mead. I know it's down in Sam Rayburn in Texas, a lot of friends I've talked to. And that's the introduction of the gizzard shad and how it has changed the way these bass behave and the effects that it's had on the fishery. So Jim knows a lot about it. He's worked a lot with the Arizona Game and Fish. And we want to talk a little bit about that because it does play into how our fishermen will approach the fishery and how we've approached it in the last few years. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about the gizzard shad and the effects that they've had on this fishery.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point with the gizzard shad. It was probably about 10 years ago when the local anglers, they're the one who first started noticing a change in Roosevelt Lake. And I'd come to talk to them, we'd have meetings or meet down at the tackle store, and all I'd hear about is how slow the fishing is and the fish aren't the right size and something's changing in the lake. Even some of our local guides and crappie guides that were going out noticed the difference in the lake. So we formed a group of residents down here in Tonto Basin and up in Payson and throughout Rim Country, and it's called the Gila County Roundtable. And we met with game and fish officials, and they offered to go out and start doing some surveys, which they hadn't done in a long time here on Roosevelt Lake. And after their surveys, there was a big surprise because exactly what the experienced local anglers were telling them at Roosevelt Lake was going on. The numbers of bass were down, the size of bass, the quality of bass, and the same with the crappies were all down. All the gizzard shad that are in there, and gizzard shad aren't necessarily a bad thing. They're a bait fish. The problem is that they grow so large. They can grow in this lake 6 to 8 inches and even larger in other lakes, but once they get above a certain size, the bass can no longer forage on them, and they're ferocious spawners. So they can put a lot more gizzard shad in the water, and you just can't keep up with them. After a lot of the biologists from the Game and Fish Department got involved, they came up with a two-pronged solution for Roosevelt Lake. One is to put Florida strain bass into Roosevelt Lake. Florida strain bass are more aggressive feeders than the northern bass that we have in this lake, and the idea is that they would be more aggressive, they would feed more on the gizzard shad. The second prong to the solution was to put more habitat into the lake. When the lake is full, like it is now, or 70%, a lot of brush and there's a lot of habitat underwater. But when the water's low, like it was about 10 years ago, there's not much out there except river rock and sand in the bottom. So habitat was more critical of a factor back then. So I'm happy to say that over 1 million Florida strain bass, fry and fingerlings, have been stocked into Roosevelt Lake over the last 3 years. And just recently we had our first deployment of habitat out into the lake. So this is going to be an ongoing project. Roosevelt Lake's on the road to recovery. It's probably going to take another couple of years before we can say that we're back to a top 100 fishery that we were a decade ago. But things are definitely getting better out there, and as long as Mother Nature keeps bringing us good amounts of water during the winter time, we hope to get it fully recovered here in a couple of years.
Let me touch on how I think that affects us as bass fishermen as well, because we also, and this is what I love about the sport of bass fishing, is a lot of your guys out there too, they're conservationists at heart. Their feedback is critical, and so the habitat that they're deploying in the lake, as I've mentioned, there is no shortage of cover and availability for fish to hide and have a successful spawn right now. There's plenty of cover available. But Roosevelt is a drawdown lake on the Salt River chain, and the Phoenix metro area relies a lot on it for its water for agriculture and for human consumption, and so it's a drawdown lake. And so they use the water out of this lake, and it can go down as much as 50, 60 feet. If it doesn't get replenished, then you have a lot of bare bank. So this habitat that they're putting in the lake, they're targeting in those areas that are going to be on the drawdown levels. They'll still be they're putting them in places where that available cover won't be there when the lake's on a drawdown. Now, how it affects us as bass fishermen, and this is always an interesting subject as bass fishermen, because I really do believe that, so the gizzard shad, they'll school in the size of a football field. And I really believe, and they're easy meals, they're soft, they're like eating a sponge, and they're full of protein for these fish. So I think there's also, these fish really focus on the gizzard shad, and the large schools of bass will follow large schools of gizzard shad. And so that makes those bass harder to catch too. So yeah, I think they do affect the bass numbers, but I also believe that they really focus on the gizzard shad, especially in that 6 to 8 inch range. So as a fisherman, this has really brought the swim bait into play. And guys have caught enormous stringers of fish out of lakes like Roosevelt, which has 12 to 14 pounders in it, and lakes just below the chain here, Apache Lake. I've seen 35-pound strings that have come on swim baits because of these fish really targeting the gizzard shad. And so that could be a factor here as well. If guys could line up a gizzard shad bite out here on a big swim bait, you might see a stringer that you just couldn't believe. So the gizzard shad have definitely affected the way that fish reproduce and they live in their habitat. They've also affected the way that we approach it as professionals and as recreational fishermen as well. It has given the swim bait industry a real shot in the arm. And so you see all kinds of swim baits out there that knock off and imitate the gizzard shad. And guys that are gizzard shad experts can really, really, if they can line it up, they can just catch giants doing it. So, you know, it's a love-hate relationship with the gizzard shad, Jim. Like you, I don't think they're a detriment completely to the fishery, but we need to know how to deal with it, know how to manage it. So I think that we're well on the way here at Roosevelt.
Absolutely, and Roosevelt Lake is actually going to be the model for the rest of the Salt River chain of lakes. There are 3 lakes below Roosevelt Lake that all feed into the valley, as Jimmy was saying. And so with gizzard shad and Roosevelt, it's just a matter of time before it ends up in Apache Canyon and Saguaro and even into the Salt River going down into the valley. So Game and Fish kind of knew this early, that they needed to figure out a solution here. And I think this is like their test model to make sure they understand what they're going to do in future years as they find gizzard shad in the lower lakes. Another thing that Game and Fish did is they started their first warm water hatchery that they've had in many, many years over near Cornville, which is over near Jimmy's area in Prescott. And at the same time they stocked their initial stocking into Roosevelt Lake of Florida strain bass, they put some into a hatchery out there and started their own brood stock. So the idea is that eventually, rather than Game and Fish buying Florida strain bass and bring them in here, they can grow their own and deploy them whatever lake around Arizona they need to deploy those. So I can't say enough about the aquatics branch of Arizona Game and Fish. They have some visionary leadership down there, guys who are willing to take a risk, and more importantly, guys that are willing to listen to the local anglers, accept their inputs, and go take action to try to fix problems in the lake.
So in general, things look good for the future for the fisheries. I'd like to turn real quick and mention the top 5 teams that are going to be vying for the championship. Not the top 5, everybody has a shot here, but there's really the top 5. Matt Shura and Lon Armel come in number 1. Dean Yamagata, Ryan Yamagata, father-son team out of Vegas, come in number 2. Dylan Maxon, Zach Halwerda, number 3. Greg Garman, Guy Savadon, number 4. And John Stewart and Jerry Brown are our top 5. 37 points separate these guys from a championship. And so these guys are going to be really slugging it out. Again, as we've mentioned, this lake can produce giant stringers, and you could see somebody come out of the ranks to win the tournament as well if the top guys don't catch them. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'd like to mention the contingencies that these guys are shooting for real quick. Wild West Bass Trail has worked in unison with a bunch of these great sponsors to get some contingencies in place. So Gary Yamamoto, Yamamoto Custom Baits, toads of the tournament, paid to the top 5 biggest fish. it'll be $250 to each of the top 5. And so that's a great thing. P-line, guys got to have some P-line in their boat, $250. Captain's cash, power pole on your boat, 2 power poles, another $250 available. No, $500 because we got a championship here available. Costa Del Mar, best sunglasses in the world, support our industry like no other, $200 to the Costa guys. Dobbins rods, if you have 6 rods in your boat and they're Dobbins rods, $500 to the highest finisher. Don't even have to win, you just got to have 6 of them in your boat, be the highest finisher. Evinrude pays $1,000 to somebody running an Evinrude that's compliant. And so there's a lot of contingencies available out there. Guys are fishing for about $39,000 worth of cash and prizes, including a Ranger RT 188 Evinrude with a 115 E-Tech and 100+% payback to this field. And that's one of the things Wild West has really been trying to do, is to give these guys a shot at fishing for 100% payback and a modest entry fee. So when you win one of these tournaments or place here, you're going to go home with much more than you brought to the tournament. And they have provided that, and they're really working hard. I can't say enough about what this staff is doing to really build, both on the Pro-Am side of things and the team concept, a bass fishing trail that gives local people a real shot at some real money at a highly professional level. Huh, Jim?
That's well said, and it's the other thing is a great reputation. And Wild West Bass Trail, among small communities like Payson and Tonto Basin areas, you know, this is an opportunity to win a boat, to win some cash, and to compete against anglers who are in your own class, and it does make a difference for all the anglers who are down here. So it's a very well organized event, and everybody seems pretty happy with what we're going for.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get some anglers to the tanks here shortly. We're going to start our live weigh-in, live feed. Go to Wild West Bass Trail, and you can link up with the feed there. I believe it's on YouTube, but I'm not quite sure. And we're going to get some fishermen to the tank, start weighing some fish. We'll have some exciting interviews as we go. And looking forward to 3 days worth of fun in the sun, bass fishing at beautiful Roosevelt Lake and the beautiful town of Payson, Arizona. We thank them so much for hosting. They've done so much for our sport and for our recreation fishermen. And break.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there and get
hero and a local hero and national hero as well, who his skills are, you know, we know all about that. There's a bunch of good fishermen here, but I really think it's anybody's ball game. And tell me a little bit about Clifford. I mean, he's a local hero and certainly a great person. We really love him.
Absolutely. Clifford's our hometown hero for national bass fishing. He fishes the Bassmaster Elite Series, and he fishes the Wild West Bass Trail. And we call him a snake in a bag, because you put a snake in a bag and you keep handling that snake, eventually you're going to get bit. And that's the way it is with Clifford. He wins them. He's just always around you. He's always putting pressure on everybody, and he's just a good angler. So is his partner, Buddy Randall. There's several of them that are just, as Jimmy says, every one of them have the opportunity to pull this out.
I'd love to build on that snake in the bag. That's funny because, you know, the snake in the bag thing, but Clifford's the kind of guy that he's so nice and stuff. He'd bite you, but then he'd say he was sorry for biting you because he wouldn't do it on purpose. It's just what he does.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
No, I've fished against him many times and with him, and he's just as good as they get. And being from the town of Payson, I know that he has been instrumental, in his family and people like yourself and your local media and the Chamber of Commerce and the City Council in really stepping up to support our industry as tournament fishermen. Tell us a little bit about what the town of Payson's got going on. I know there's a festival planned for Saturday, and they've really stepped up big time to really make this a grand event. So tell us a little bit about that, Jim.
Sure, and this is actually the history of rim country. You know, Roosevelt Lake provides a lot of economic impact to rim country. When anglers come up here to fish, or when a tournament comes to town, that's a positive influence for everybody in our community. So the town understands that, the county understands that, and the town of Payson, especially the Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Department, along with the county supervisor, Tommy Martin, have done a lot to bring these tournaments and to keep them coming. So on Saturday, right in the middle of Payson, we have a lake up there, Green Valley Park. It has its own lake. And we're going to set it up and have a great expo. We're going to have a great country western band starting at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. There's going to be different vendors there. We're going to have food supplies. There's going to be a reenactment of a western outdoor gunfight. And all that leads up to the weigh-in, which is going to be a drive-through kind of weigh-in. And we've actually got authorization from the Arizona Game and Fish Department to transport fish from Roosevelt Lake up to Payson to do the weigh-in, and then immediately leave the weigh-in up there and return those fish live and in good health back to Roosevelt Lake as soon as the tournament's over.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that. You know, we've done it a couple times in the past. A few years ago, FLW came and we did the same kind of thing. We did a trailered weigh-in and got a police escort up the hill. Game and Fish supervised the whole thing, and it really worked out well. I mean, a lot of the technology that we have today are able to oxygenate these fish within these live wells. Ranger Boat makes the best live wells available, and I mean, the fish show up fresh. They're good, and we watch them very closely. And those guys have been great to help us do that because, you know, a lot of times they're pretty sensitive about removing any fish from fisheries and moving them around. It's just not a thing they like to see happen, but they do realize the value of a forum like a weigh-in like that, where you can surround it with the game and fish, you can educate, you can talk about, you can entertain, and you can really highlight bass fishing as a sport, but you can also highlight the way that you know, everybody gets to see the fish, the good shape they're in. We can talk about the lake, the fisheries, and all the different support groups that go into managing these fisheries and doing the great things that they do to support the industry top and bottom. Whether you're a weekend warrior, somebody that just likes to go out and fun fish, or somebody that derives part or all of your living from it, these kind of forums and these kind of festivals really give us an opportunity to showcase everything that we do, and just how important fishing is to our communities and to our society in general. So it ought to be a great time. Anybody that's local or close enough around that's watching this today, come up on Saturday. The weather's going to be perfect. Come up to Payson, check it out. You guys will have a great time, get something good to eat, talk to your pros. There'll be demonstrations, there'll be expos, people talking about different techniques, and you'll get to see some exciting, you get to see somebody win a brand new boat as well. So it ought to be a lot of fun, and I just encourage everybody to come out and support if you can.
Yep, we're looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great time. I can't add any more than what Jim has said. So we're going to go to our break here, and we'll be right back with the Wild West Bass Trail.
See you in a minute.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer schedule maintenance, They're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Is there a place where the underwater images are the clearest you've ever seen? We're seeing every fish, we're seeing every detail of structure, and where every bottom contour was visible, where whatever you wanted to see below the surface was real. Do you want to go? Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
Hey Bass fans, back to the pregame show, Wild West Bass Trail Arizona Team Championship 2017. The boats are starting to roll in. We're just going to kind of wrap things up here, getting ready to really kick things off. Guys are starting to show up with some fish to the tanks. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I know we're going to have some good bags of fish coming in. And with all the things we talked about, set the table, we'll see how accurate we were. I think you're going to see some neat catches. And I encourage everybody to check out the live weigh-in, which is getting ready to happen. I really appreciate spending some time here with my friend Jim Guggenauer. Jim, looking forward to a great tournament. How about yourself?
Yeah, same way. It's an exciting time here in Rim Country. Roosevelt Lake is fishing great. And as I look around the parking lot here, I see some real competitors, and I'm even seeing some pretty good bags of fish being carried around. So you're going to want to stay tuned and watch that weigh-in. It's going to be an exciting time for sure.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Is there a place where the underwater images are the clearest you've ever seen? We're seeing every fish. We're seeing
All right, let's get started with our first team here. We have Bart and Chris Massey. All right, 11:26. You guys have anything you'd like to say today? No?
Thank you to Wild West. Thank you to Wild West Bass.
All right, thank you guys for fishing. See you tomorrow. All right, our host hotel for this event is the Tassel Hotel and Casino in Payson. Coming up, we have boat number 9, Justin, Paddy, and Josh Petrucci. They're going to be weighing in a limit today. All right, let's see what we got here. 1284. You guys want to talk about how you did it today? Random. Tough day?
It was pretty rough. Today we probably lost about a limit of fish. We didn't have a limit till about 2. So we're fortunate for a limit. So
all right. Well, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right. Coming up to the scale next, we have Michael Perry and David Burns. Looks like they have a limit too. All right, how was your day out there today, guys? Good. 1398 is their total for today. You happy with that?
No.
No. All right, well, good luck tomorrow. All right, our next guys coming up to the stage are at the bump tanks. We got Kenny Cartledge and Zach Lamb. Tough one today?
Tough. Very tough.
Tough. Looks like we're weighing in 4 fish today.
That is it.
That's it. All right, we've got 623 here.
All right,
good luck tomorrow. All right, looks like Johnny Johnson's coming up to the boat, or the scales. You want to go back to the boat, Johnny? All right, they're in boat number 7. Looks like he's got a limit. Did you lose your partner today, Johnny? All right. I know. Where's Andrew?
Where's Andrew?
Where'd
you go, Andrew?
All right, let's see what we got here, Johnny. 11:27.
All right, we'll take that.
Is it tough out there?
It's very tough out there. It's not like it was last year for sure, but I'll tell you something. You got to live to fish another day, and that's what we did today. As far as I'm concerned, you catch a limit, you live to fish another day. But I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be twice as hard tomorrow. It's bad out there, but I'll tell you what, there's some big fish I'm sure is going to be coming in, and you're going to see a couple pretty good bags, I think, today.
All right. Well, good
Thanks,
luck
Angie.
tomorrow. Thanks, Johnny. All right, coming up to the scale. What's your boat number? 35. No, it's not. Jeremy, this is Danny Clark and Mike Crothers.
We were 41.
All right, hold on a second. We can't weigh these yet. Oh, thanks. You guys have anything you want to say while he's finding you guys?
Yeah, it was tough, man. We had I said it's tough. We had
36.
We've only got bad luck. I'm telling you.
Bad luck?
Yeah. Boat's broken, motor's blown. Aerator's not working.
888. Aerator wasn't working today either?
No,
We got up to our spot, and the alternator bolt had broken off, and we had no power, no nothing, and so it was a rough day.
This has been a great tournament for you, hasn't it? Good luck tomorrow, guys. All right. Boat number 2 is coming up. We're looking at Dean and Ryan Yamagata. They're sitting second in our points race right now. Weighing in a limit. How are you? Good. Do you want to hold the mic? How was it out there today? Tough? All right, let's see what we got here. 1073. How'd you catch him today? Do you want to tell us, or are you going to save it for tomorrow?
Drop shot.
Drop shot. All right. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, we've got Greg Garman and Guy Savadan, which looks like we just have Greg coming up here to the scales today. They're sitting 4th in our point standings right now. We got 3 fish, Greg? 3 fish. All right, let's see what those 3 fish weigh. Tough day out there?
Yeah, it was extremely tough. We caught too early, and then we couldn't put anything in the boat till about 2:30.
2:30.
The little one in the boat at 2:30.
Long day, huh?
Long day.
6:15 is what these 3 fish weigh. Yeah, we're going to weigh a big fish here. Let me hold this. All right. Woo! Got a little lively one here. Goodness gracious. All right, 272 is what this big fish weighs here. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, boat number 14, Michael Goodyear and Robert Lancaster coming up. They're weighing in a limit. What's your name? Got a limit. All right. That's a good start for the tournament. All right, we're looking at 10:59. How was it out there?
Oh, it was tough.
Tough.
It was tough, just like Johnny said.
All right.
We live for another day. Pray for tomorrow.
That's right. Even playing field, though. It sounds like it's tough for everyone. There you go. Thank you. All right, coming up next, we've got Roy Hawk and Mark White. Oh, looks like he's got a nice one there in the bag. How are you, Roy? I'm going to give you the mic here real quick while we weigh these. All right, their limit's going to weigh 1557. How was it?
You know, it was it's tough fishing, of course, but you know, really blessed. We caught one real nice one. I mean, that's all of our weight right there, and that one big one. So,
all right, we're gonna weigh this one. Hold it up. Oh yeah, look at that one. All right, 513. That's a good fish there.
That fish will go a long ways, man. Real
yeah.
thankful for it.
All right. Good job today. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, boat number 3. They're sitting 3rd in points right now. We got Dylan Maxon and Zach Holwerda. Thank you. All right, they're weighing in a limit. That limit's going to go 1493. You guys happy with that one?
Not bad considering how tough it is, so we'll take it.
All righty, good luck tomorrow. All right, we've got Justin Kerr and Gunnar Stanton coming up to the scales. Oh, yeah. Hold on, Jeremy, this last one wants to weigh a big fish. Boat number 3. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and throw it. 309. There you go. I'll let you grab it. Got it? Okay. All right, you guys can come on up. You got 7 in there, Justin? Yep. You guys guys happy with that?
Yeah, it was really tough fishing, so happy to get what we got.
14.59, especially since you had a little truck trouble. You got a big one in there you want to weigh, or you guys? All right. All right, hold that one up. Nice. All right, that's going to go 362. Take that. All right, good luck tomorrow, guys. That's all right. All right, boat number 8, Tom Winterland and Danny Halleck. Looks like just Tom's bringing the fish up today. You got 6 in there, Tom? All right, let's see what they weigh. 890.
Well, yes, it was tough to know we weren't blessed.
Well, tomorrow's a new day. Thank you, Tom. All right, we've got Greg Parker and Danny Lloyd coming up to the scales. We got 2, huh?
Tough day. First time it ever happened to me, I was loading the boat, checked the water in the live well, fish jumped out of the live well.
Out of the boat.
Tough day.
That's a tough day. 447 for those 2 fish.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow, fellas. All right. We've got Mike Spain and Dustin Robinson coming up to the scales. Looks like they're going to be weighing in a limit. How are you, Dustin?
Good, good.
I'll give you that. It's a good bag.
Yeah, it was a little tough today. Just go out and bring in a limit. So.
13-16. Happy with that after the conditions?
Yeah,
All right.
happy to get him on the boat.
All right. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. Let's see. All right. We've got Marty Lawrence and Ray Miller coming up to the scales. Marty, 1 short of a limit?
Yeah, we only have 5 in there.
You only have 5 in there? All right, those 5 are going to go 872. You happy with that? For now? All right. Good luck. It's a start. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, boat number 20 is coming up. We've got Buddy Randall and Clifford Perch. I just see Buddy standing at the bump tanks right now. All right. We got a limit, Buddy? All right. I'll let you hold the mic while I weigh these. Those limit's going to go 1266. You happy with that?
I guess we got it.
That's right. Little tough. That's what I'm hearing from everyone. So I guess that's a good thing, huh? Thank you. All right. We've got Billy Penrod and Ray Miller coming up to the stage. They got a limit coming up here. How are you, Billy? Good. All right, let's see what this limit goes. 1208. You have good enough. That's right. Good luck tomorrow, Billy. Thank you. All right, it looks like we've got Jeff Allen and his partner, Rick Miner. Now, Rick caught a really good one in practice yesterday. Let's see if he caught it again. No? No? Oh, I'm hearing the laugh. No. I only got one. All right, that's going to go 1037.
Is that okay?
That's okay. You happy with that?
Yeah, it'll work.
You want to weigh a big fish? It would have been better, huh? Just couldn't get him in the boat? All right. Oh, that's a good one. All right, let's see what it's going to go. 376. That'll work. All right, you got to find that big one again tomorrow. Yeah. All right, show it to Josh. There we go. That's right. Not while the camera's on you. All right, coming up to the stage, we've got, I know Josh Reed and Max Hernandez. Let's wait till Jeremy finds you guys. Do you know your boat number? Boat 13, Jeremy. All right, here we go. You guys got a limit in here?
Yes.
All right, how was it today?
We're blessed with what we got. I mean, it was a grind out there, but tomorrow's a new day.
That's right, 14:01. That's a good start. That wasn't on. All right, good luck tomorrow, fellas. Thank you. All right. Sitting sixth in points right now. Ty Al and Russell Mortensen. How was it, Ty?
You know, it was actually, we had a good day today, I think. I mean, you know, we fished well and
1687. Yeah, I think that is a new lead right there. You guys are going to lead it. Go ahead, continue. What were you saying?
No, you know, things just went to plan today, and, you know, we caught that big one. I would like to weigh it.
Sure can. There we go. Finally found it. All right, let's see here. That's a nice fish. 401. Aw. 401 is what that big fish is going to go. Hold it up for Josh. All right. All right, well, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, coming up to the stage, we've got James Salazar and James Salazar Jr. Did I get that right? Yeah, perfect. All right, you guys have got a limit here. That limit's going to go $12.97.
We'll take it.
You'll take it? You happy with that? Yeah. All right, good. First. There you go. Good luck tomorrow, fellas. All right, we've got Anthony Tassel and Christopher Morris coming up to the scales. Looks like they're going to be weighing in a limit. All right. How was it out there, Anthony?
No, it wasn't too bad. Just glad they got what we got here.
Glad to have a limit. All right, that limit's going to go $12.89. Good start, huh?
Yep.
All right, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, we'd just like to, again, thank the town of Payson for helping put on this wonderful event. We're going to have our day 1 and day 2 weigh-in right here. And then on day 3, we're going to be at the park, and there's a big festival planned. So everyone make sure to come out and catch us at the park. All right, we've got John Browning and Bobby O'Donnell coming up to the scales. They're a local team here out of Payson area. And here they come. John's back there talking. Imagine that. Yeah. Which one of you wants the mic? Give it to John, because he likes to talk all day long, haven't you?
Get my partner to help me out here.
All right, those 7 fish are going to go 1041. What do you guys think?
And hopefully we can improve on it tomorrow.
This is your home lake, right?
We don't.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't supposed to tell anyone? All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. All right, we got boat 43, Ramiro Flores and Raul huh? Oh, that's all right. Raul coming up to the scales. They're weighing in a limit. We got a good one in there? Oh, okay. You guys have got a magnified bag then. One of those looked huge.
Yeah, I wish.
All right, let's see what this goes. That's a good start. 1448.
Yeah, we're very happy about that.
Good. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow. You got lively ones in there,
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. All right. This is our points leading team so far this year. Matt Shura and Lon Armel. It's a tight race with the Angler of the Year points. I believe they have a 6-point lead over second place. Is that about right? Not enough. Was it a tough day out there, Matt?
Yeah, it's a tough day. Roosevelt's fishing really weird. I just can't quite figure it out. I'm happy to have a limit, and hopefully tomorrow we can go out and get that kicker we need.
All right, 11:58. Good job. Good luck tomorrow. They've got your ticket around back. All right. Let's see who we've got coming up to the stage next. Looks like Davis Hart and Jason Blauvelt. Right? Yes. All right, looks like, they've got a nice fish coming up here too. me trade you here. You guys can take the mic. Let's see what the bag goes. 1839. That's our bleeding weight right now. All right. Let's see this big one. Holy. Yeah, hold it up.
There we go.
All right, let's see how much that one weighs. A lot. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good one. 671.
Sweet.
How good day out there, huh?
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of breathless right now. You know, just lacking water and just fishing hard. But I mean, we just put our heads down today and just ground it out. You know, a lot of drop shot going on. But we're just fortunate to get that big one. I mean, she even locked me up into a tree today, and I mean, our hearts were just like pounded, like, oh no.
Yeah.
But she finally came free and came up to the boat, and I mean, that just made our day right there.
Nice. Good job, fellas. See you tomorrow. Good luck. All right, boat number 27, Neil Burns and Tim Burns coming up to the stage. They've got a limit in here also. A lively one too, huh? All right. These 7 are going to go 11:09. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah? All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. Good luck. All right. We've got Shane Moline coming up to the scales with Todd Herman. All right, Shane. How was it?
Oh, we had a real good day today. Yeah. We caught a lot of fish, called about 8 or 9 times. Never did get that big bite, but, you know, we're due tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get a couple in tomorrow.
1486 for this one. That's a good start. Anything you want to say, Todd?
No, we just got to go get him tomorrow. During practice, I had a couple good bites. Today we didn't get them, but I think I know where they live, so we're headed back there tomorrow morning.
Good luck. All right, we've got John Stewart and Jerry Brown coming up to the scale. They're sitting 5th in points of our Angler of the Year right now. And you guys got a limit?
We do have a limit.
All right. Let's see what this limit's going to weigh. 11:19. That's a good start.
We'll take it. It was a grind out there.
Grind out there.
7 fish, that's all that matters.
All right. Good job, fellas. All right. Coming up to the scale, we've got William Barkley and Billy Provax. Weighing 4 fish today?
Yeah, 4 fish today. It was a grind.
It was tough out there, wasn't it? 603. You happy with that for 4? No? Well, go get them tomorrow. How about that? All right, we got Donnie Scroggins getting ready to come up to the scale. His partner is Ray, but it looks like he's letting you bring them all up, huh? I don't blame him. I'd be tired too.
He's tired.
All right, how many we got here? 3?
Just 3. Tough day for us.
Tough day, huh?
Yeah, can't figure this lake out.
505 is what that's going to go. Can't figure it out?
No.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
Hope so.
All right, good luck. Can we turn the stick mic up? Thank you. All right, Hobby Nelson and Spencer Hand coming up to the scales. How many you got, Hobby? 7 fish. They're bringing a limit up here. Got some lively fish over there. All right, Hobby, I'm going to give you the mic. I'll weigh these fish. All right, these 7 are going to go 977.
We'll take it. It was a tough day. We lost a couple good fish that probably would have had us where we should have been. So maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. All right, thank you. All right, we've got Tommy Jonovich and Sean Coffey coming up to the scales. They're going to be weighing in a limit also. Are we taking a break? How was it out there, Tommy?
It was tough. We had a better day than we did yesterday, though. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
If they keep getting better, it's even better, huh?
Yeah.
All right, these 7 are going to go 1363.
Cool.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
Are we doing a break? Okay. All right. see. All right, coming up to the scale. Ryan Chambers, Tim Roden. I was going to say, what's your name? Johnny Pelto and Luke Plant, right? You're from somewhere around here too, aren't you? That's what happens when I do radio stations. I find out who the teams are from around here. All right. These are going to go 12:06. Are you happy with that?
For today, yeah.
It's a good start, right? Yeah. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. All right, coming up to the scales, we've got Steve Molinari and Randy Carroll. Ranger Boat sponsored team here. Lucas Oil sponsored team coming up here. Dobbins Rod sponsored. They're going to be weighing in a limit here. Should I give you the mic versus him?
No, I think you ought to give it to him.
You think I should? Huh? Are you going to pull your beard up today? All right. This limit's going to go 14:09. How was it out there, Steve?
Tough, but it definitely got better for us than it has in practice, so
good.
Just keep doing the same thing.
That's right.
Hope for the best.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
All right, this was our team of the year last year for our Arizona division, Nathan Foreman and Nathan Bilodeau. All right, we're weighing in 5 fish, huh?
Yeah, just 5.
Just 5. Those 5 are going to go 797.
Thank you.
Good start. No, just thank you. You want to get off stage? All right. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Weigh this one and then we'll go to break. All right. Coming up to the scale, Chris Schlupp. Nope. Shoop. And Greg Valenzuela. Sorry, I tried. You're good. All right. Do we got a limit here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what this limit's going to go. 1077. Good start.
Not as good as yesterday, but we'll
Not as good as yesterday. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. All right. We are going to. Are we ready? All right. We're going to take it over to Jimmy Savouini, and he's got our leaders right now.
I'm here with our leaders, Angie, Jason Blauvelt, and Davis Hart. They had 18:39 to start here. They've got about looks like a 2-pound, 3-pound lead. Tell us a little bit about it, Jason.
Well, it was quite the grind today. Our first 2 spots that we stopped on today definitely weren't holding the fish that we expected. We barely had 1 fish at about 10 o'clock this morning. So it was just a kind of a grind. We kind of really slowed down and geared down and started drop shotting. And we were able to, start putting fish in the boat. And all of a sudden, that big fish just thought I hooked into like a 3-pounder. She took a little bit of drag, and all of a sudden she come up and took flight. And our eyes just got big, and we were just like, oh God, just please get her in the boat, get her in the boat. And then she went back down. She jumped 2 more times, and then went down and locked up in a tree. And she was literally in that tree for about 2 minutes. We just kept pressure on her. We knew she was still on, and we were just trying to let pressure off of her. And she finally gave it a little head shake and came free of the tree a little bit, still kind of attached to it. And then finally she gave another head shake and came free, and we were able to get her in the boat.
That is the biggest test of patience in bass fishing, right, Davis?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, after we got the fish in the net, I grabbed out of the net, picked it up, and Jason literally just sat down and just laid down. He just couldn't believe it. We got that fish in the boat. Like Jason said, our first spots, we had 1 fish. Completely changed the game plan, and we just went fishing. So, we definitely found some areas that we're going to go back and try and do the same thing again tomorrow and just go put 7 in the box and see what we can do.
Do that tomorrow, then we'll be on to the top 10 cut. Thank you very much, you guys. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Jimmy. All right. We have just a couple more teams left to weigh before we wrap this weigh-in up. Coming up to the scale, we've got boat number 31, Steve Lindner and Mike Hawkins. Looks like we are maybe down to 1 or 2 more boats. At the end of tomorrow, we will do a cut to the top 10. So on Saturday, we'll just have our top 10 teams out here fishing. All right. Weighing in 4 fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a tough day for us. We struggled out there, but I want to publicly give a shout out and a thank you to my partner. This man is fighting some terrible illness and taking some terrible medicine, and he's out there in 100-degree heat. It's kicking our butts, but he's out there and never quit all day long.
He's a tough man. All right, those are going to go 6:31. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. $6:31, Jeremy. Are you my last team? All right. What's your name? What's your name? Brandon Bynum. All right, we've got Brandon Bynum here. Nathan's tired.
Yeah.
I knew how to pronounce his name. I'm disappointed. All right, these 5 fish are going to go 7:42. Happy? Good start?
No.
No? Okay. Well, good luck tomorrow. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining in and watching us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Same time. We'll be back here for our day 2 cut. Let's see who makes it for the top 10.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer schedule maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger C500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude